YouTube, Beauty and the Geek here with a quick eyebrow tutorial. We'll call it Eyebrows 101. I just want to go over some basic care and grooming and some tips for managing these critters. Your eyebrows tend to get overlooked. They really do, and they shouldn't, because they are a big feature on your face and they serve to frame your eyes. You've probably heard the expression, the eyes are the window to the soul. Well, your eyebrows are kind of your curtains or your window furnishings. I personally can't take credit for that quote, but that's how they function. They're right here, they're in the middle of your face, they're above your eyes, they frame everything. It's good to groom them, take care of them, and maintain them. My biggest tip for eyebrows is to stay as natural as you can. If you're shaping your eyebrows, trimming them, grooming them, try not to deviate too far from what you have naturally, the way they're naturally shaped and placed and whatnot, because otherwise it just doesn't turn out right. We've probably all seen girls out there in the world who have their eyebrows, plucked down into these tiny little lines, these thin little lines that are barely even there, and we don't want that. You don't want that. So if it's your first time shaping your brows, you can go to a professional, to a salon, and they'll probably have templates that they can use to help shape your brows. Wax, they probably use wax. I do my eyebrows myself. I tweeze mine. And well, tweezing is something you want to get into gradually, really. You don't want to just start going to town. And as I said, if it's your first time, you kind of want to mark your territory. So, and the way you want to do that is with an eyeliner. And I'll explain this in a moment. If it's your first time shaping, you also want to have some tweezers on hand. It's usually recommended that you use these kind of flat-ended tweezers, like that. See those guys? I personally like to use pointy tweezers just because they're smaller. I feel like I have an easier time navigating little baby hairs. These are supposed to be able to grab more hairs at once, and you have like a hardcore tweezing job to do. It's just a matter of personal preference. I like the pointy ones. And then you're going to want to have on hand an eyebrow comb, little brush. Most of them are like, you can get this at the drugstore. This one has a little eyeliner brush on it that I don't use. And manicure scissors. I'll get to the manicure scissors in a little bit. Little ones that curve upward like that. So if you're going about shaping your brows, you're going to use this kind of 3-point system as to where you're going to mark where your eyebrow starts and ends, and then where your arch is in the middle. That's the highest point. That's right above your eye up here. So where you want to start your eyebrow, take your straight edge and put it right up against your nose, right up against the inner corner of your eye, and then just straight upwards if you're straight line challenged like I am. Your eyebrow should end right about here. It can be approximate, but you don't really want to go past this. So anything that's in the middle here, you want to get rid of. Like I used to have a really bad unibrow, you want to get rid of all that. So that's where your eyebrow starts. Now your arch, you do kind of the same thing. Straight edge to nose, and then you want it to rest on the outside edge of the iris of your eye. That's the colored part. Not the pupil, that's the black part, but the iris, the colored part of your eye, going straight up. And then right about here is where you want your arch to be. And if you're not certain, especially if it's your first time shaping, you can just use your eyeliner to make a little tick mark approximately where you want to go. I apologize for all the movement. This webcam does not make a good mirror. And then the third point in your eyebrow is where it ends. Again, straight edge to nose, and this time you want it to rest right around the outer corner of your eye. You follow it straight up and right about, it's your tactile pencil. There is where you want your eyebrow to end. And then you can just use these as guidelines as to where you want to tweeze. Now, tweezing 101, I prefer to say tweezing rather than plucking. Plucking sounds so violent. It's really not as bad as you would think it is. It tends to hurt more, I think. So is waxing too. If it's your first few times, and your skin's not used to it, you're not used to it, or if you haven't done it in a while. If you do it regularly, you get good at it, you get used to it, and it's no big deal. Number one tip for tweezing, or even if you're doing your own waxing too, is to hold your skin taut. You don't want all this movement around while you're yanking. You want to hold your skin tight, because if your skin has all that slack in it, it's going to move with the hair. It's going to be harder to pull the hair out, and with your skin stretching and then snapping back, it's going to hurt a lot more. So hold your skin taut. I'm just going to drag in my eyebrow up toward my hair, and then you are going to get in here and grab a little hair. I'm just kind of, I don't know if I really have a hair there, but we'll just pretend I have a big old hair here. And you grab the hair. Contact doesn't like that. Grab the hair, and then you want to pull outward in the direction that the hair grows, which is going to be this way, or on the other side, that way. From the middle of your face, you're pulling away from the middle of your face, pulling with the hair growth. And boop! There isn't an actual hair there, but we'll pretend there is, and that's all there is to it. I mean, you can just do that kind of above. If you have any outside, inside, arch underneath here. And as I said, it's something that you kind of get used to with practice. So if it's your first few times, one of your first few times, I can't talk tonight, go easy on it. And if you're ever in doubt of pulling something out, wait. There is a way that you can kind of test what it's going to look like if you just want to grab the hair and then see if I can find a hair that I can show you guys with. Just grab the hair and then just kind of hold it up out of the way. Gonna pull it away by the root. Unfortunately, I don't have a hair in my tweezers, but just kind of hold it out of the way so you can see what your brow looks like without that hair, and then you can decide whether you want to remove that hair. You do want to be careful, because if you really go to town and just completely bushwhack your eyebrows, you may not get them back quite the same way, so just beware of that. But if you go slowly and take your time and are careful, you shouldn't have issues. Now for grooming, you do want to at least brush your eyebrows, or before we even get into that, I'm almost forgetting this. Trimming your eyebrows. That's something that you want to do on a fairly regular basis. You don't need to do it a whole lot, but you should, at least if you need to. Your eyebrows are made of hair. The hairs are going to grow and they're going to get long. So every once in a while, for me, it's like every few months or so. I probably don't do it quite as much as I should, but you want to trim the hairs. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your little comb or brusher. I'm going to use this on this eyebrow. We're trying to show him some love. You just kind of want to brush upward. Brush against the grain and upward, get everything going upward, and see how they're all kind of jutting. You may need to hold them in place. And the ones that just are kind of sticking up above, the rule's like 1/4 of an inch, you want to just trim these guys off. Work up. I like to divide it by the arch, to do like on this side of your arch, because you know your arch kind of curves, it can throw a wrench into things. You do on that side of your arch, and then the outside, the other side. Gosh, I don't know, I've got like this little demon peak in my eyebrow. Trim, where are my hairs? This webcam's not looking here. Okay. That's should be really all you need to do. Mine are in pretty good condition right now. Stick on my eyeliner right here. So now that you have wrangled some of the length from your eyebrows, and again, if in doubt, don't. And just kind of brush them into place. You use the brushy side, you can use the comb side, you can go like that, you can go holding the brush parallel to your eyebrow, just kind of go out like that. And then, especially if you have like thicker brows like mine, or in essence longer, like longer hair, fuller, thicker brows, I would invest in some sort of gel or brow set. You can use hairspray. I am using this is actually Maybelline's Great Lash mascara. It comes in a clear formula, and this just works like a gel. And you just want to, I do this in the morning when I do my makeup, just kind of brush in the direction of the hair grows. I've seen brow sets in colored formulas too. I like to use the clear stuff, so that way if I get a mascara, it's no big deal. And it should hold your brows in place the whole day, so that they don't, like mine, like I'll have hairs, you know, hanging down here and sticking up here and doing all sorts of crazy things. Now, if you do happen to have a mishap, or you make a mistake, misjudgment, whatever, while you're waxing, trimming, plucking, etc., and you end up with like 2 different brows, or you just have a mistake, you can cover up with usually there are pencils made specifically for brows, but you can also use just an eyeliner or an eyeshadow in a color that more or less matches your brows, and just kind of work that in, when you're doing your makeup, into the hair to fill in any spots. If you like to darken your eyebrows with your makeup, I personally don't, but just fill that in and you should be okay until everything grows back in the way it should be. And okay, I think I've covered everything. So go easy. Don't try to change your natural brows too much. Remember, 3-point, hold your skin taut when you pluck. Brow set is advisable. Trim every once in a while, and just enjoy. Lovely eyebrows to frame your lovely, lovely eyes. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to comment, please do subscribe. I promise I'm going to work on getting more videos up. I'm back at school now. Things are starting to settle in. I do apologize for the lighting, by the way. The overhead light in our dorm room is out again. This is like the 2nd time this year that it's happened, so hopefully it'll be a little better looking next time. But comment, subscribe, questions, requests. I swear I will try to get back to you as best as I can. And thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. So I'll talk to you all later. Bye.